Welcome, folks. Welcome to day 4 of our watermelon only cleanse. I think it's very exciting, isn't it? Everyone is doing so well. Everyone is on the path. Everyone is succeeding. Okay, I know it's tough. Trust me, I do. Okay, when you're on the fruit cleanse, you get so much temptation. You get doubts, but the results more than make up for it, right? So, keep on the path. We have one more day left officially. Okay, and it's going so well. I may do a new one after this, but I'm jumping in here to answer any questions you might have. I know lots of you have questions, and I'm gonna take my time and answer them for you. So if you have any questions, feel free and ask. I'll stick around, provided that there are questions to be answered. But tell me how you're feeling so far. Any bumps you've hit, any goals you've achieved. How much weight have you lost? Not that it's important, but Veronica says my feet feel so much better. Veronica, were your feet swollen? Were you in pain? I mean, it's fantastic. Either way, if your feet feel better, I'd like to know though what was the problem. Hello, Shantai. Is it Shantai? Nice name. I like that name a lot. Yeah. So you have to stay on the path. You have to stay committed. This does a lot for you mentally. Okay, it does. It really takes you to a different level because you realize that you can achieve quite a bit in your life if you just focus and decide that you want something. It comes from a simple decision that most people can never make. But this 5-day challenge, the challenge means you're doing something that you're not normally do, or you're pushed to do something. And that's why I like the challenges, because you're challenging yourself, you're pushing yourself forward. Otherwise, if on a normal basis, you find it hard to get motivated or get started. So a challenge is really enforcing you, or to pick up and to be the stronger person you are, okay? But, questions. Cravings come up a lot. When you get cravings, remember that eat small, frequent meals. The mind likes to play games on you, always wants to play games. So you want to win over the mind. You eat small, frequent meals so that you don't get enticed. Also, make sure that you're not just sitting doing nothing. Try and be more active, meaning that maybe finish a book you're reading, maybe accomplish a goal you are not doing, write a book, whatever it is. Focus on a goal that will draw you closer to, so you don't focus on eating, because eating is an emotional thing, it's a psychological thing, it's a social thing, and it magnifies our weaknesses. So you want to overcome that. Put your mind towards something that you can accomplish in these 5 days, and you see, not only will you get better health, but also you accomplish more things. You could clean the house, whatever the small goal is. Use it as a stepping stone to enforce and to prevent any cravings. Okay. Melinda says, hello, thank you for the live in this group. Oh, you're welcome. It's my pleasure. I think you agree. It went really well, right? Today's day 4 officially, and tomorrow's day 5. And then, like I said before, I'm probably going to extend it and invite more people in, because this went so well. Oh, okay. So Veronica says from Planta Fiates. I can't even say those words. Thankfully, I never focus on the actual so-called disease. I always focus on health and the body part that needs help and how to fix it. That's, for me, is better, because when you focus on the right thing, you achieve better goals. Excellent. Okay. So, yeah. So, like I said, there's got to be questions you have. And if you do, please feel free and ask. Okay. Otherwise, I'll jump into my the Instagram group and do a live there as well. I'm trying to help people the maximum way possible. So if you have any points you want to address in your cleanse, it doesn't have to be the watermelon only. It could be anything specific, but of course, it has to be fruits and detox. I'm glad to help you. Oh, I'm going to start tomorrow. Received my teas today. Oh, that's amazing. The teas will give you that extra push. Okay, so you might want to know why we use herbs. Herbs are there because they're tissue specific. They're there to strengthen the structure and function of cells. And no other food does that on the planet. And the herbs, they're not hybrids. They're as nature created them, and they are specific to tissue. So if you have let's say a kidney issue, you always want to go on the Fabulous 5 kidney tea and add a kidney flash tincture. If you have a liver issue, you want to go to the Fabulous 5 kidney tea, add a liver and pancreas tincture, etc. Okay, they're specific that way. Very, very amazing tools that nature has given us. So yeah, I just found this group, so I haven't done any days with all the watermelons, so we'll be glad if you extend it. Absolutely, I'll extend it. Take the opportunity to get your herbs if you haven't got them, okay? Because I'll probably wait a few days, maybe like 4 or 5 days, and I'll announce it to give people time to get the herbs they need, okay? How often do we take the teas? I'm finding the Fab 5 makes me full. I'm not hungry for hours after drinking. That's fine. Don't force yourself. See, we become conditioned to believe that we have to eat all the time. It's not true, okay? And when you're detoxing, it's a cleansing experience. It's not a eating experience. So the less you take, the better in a way. So don't undereat, but at the same time, don't overeat. And if you're not hungry, don't eat. Who cares? You're fasting, essentially. And fasting is a detoxification process. It's a healing process. And the body, when it's cleansing itself, doesn't want to eat food anyways, because it's a process of cleansing. So when you digest, when you eat food, you have to digest. It steals away energy, lots of energy, actually. I read somewhere about 60%. I don't know where they came up with that number. But when you're actually eating food, 60% of your energy is being used in digestion and not being used to heal and clean. So when we go on a fruit cleanse, very little energy is used in breaking down food and digesting food, and therefore ample energy left on healing. Plus the fruits, of course, give you all the nutrients, the antioxidants, flavonoids you need to heal. Can you drink green tea with the diet or any regular herbal tea during the diet? I would say green tea. I don't like green tea because of the caffeine. Okay, but any herbal tea, absolutely, you can use it. Make sure there's no caffeine in there, because caffeine hampers your adrenals, and your adrenals control your kidneys, and your kidneys have an effect on your lymphatic system, and which in turn affect all other tissue, organ, and glands. So you don't want to be compromising your adrenals. That's why I say stay away from all caffeine, at least when you're cleansing the body. Outside of detox, if you have a coffee now and then, okay, it's balanced, it's natural. We all do it, but not when you're doing a cleanse, because you're investing in yourself. Why stop it, right? Yeah. So Chantal says Chantal says I use those days to prepare my body. Yeah, take your time. Don't push yourself. Don't over push yourself, and go at your own pace. Even though this is a 5-day challenge, even if you did a day or two, it's still something. Okay, it's still something, because you're testing the waters. You're building up courage. You're building up. You're teaching yourself mentally that you can do this stuff. It's pretty easy. Okay, let me see if I missed any questions. So like I said, questions, feel free. Okay, otherwise, like I mentioned, I would jump onto Instagram right now. Oh, let's see, I missed anything. Okay, I guess there's nothing I missed. Okay. Oh, and so someone mentioned about dogs, and I think it was posted on the group the other day. You can feed your dogs with watermelon. Actually, it's one of the most healing foods to give your dog. So if your dog has a healing issue, who needs to recover, I'll put them on a high fruit, vegetable diet, very little protein, okay, because that damages the kidneys. Dogs have very weak kidneys, and I'll use the same herbs that I use for humans, okay, especially kidney herbs for the dogs, because dogs have really, really bad kidneys. And if you notice, dogs, they cannot sweat, so very often you see the kidney weaknesses come out through the eyes. You see a lot of pus come out, mucus come out of the eyes. This shows that the kidneys are failing, are getting weak. How about ginger tea pack with the diet? You can use ginger tea, absolutely. Ginger is a great diffusive herb, meaning that it takes the heat from the center and spreads it out. So it's fantastic. It's like almost like cayenne pepper, but not as aggressive, and it's great for circulation. So yeah, ginger is fantastic for you, and as a herb at least. Okay. So I'll give 5 more minutes. If no one comes, I'll say goodbye. But in the meantime, though, like I said, I'll thank you all for being here. And it seems that everyone is thriving, so there's no pressing questions. And everyone, I hope you're using the herbs, the Fabulous 5 and the kidney tea, and staying the path. Okay, when this is done, I would like all of us to share our success stories and feel great at it. And I personally, I've done the cleanse, a detox cleanse, and I've lost quite a bit of weight already, even though didn't necessarily want to. But it's part of the process and enjoying it. Okay. Can you use chai seeds and lemon and honey first thing in the morning? Not on this cleanse, okay? The chai seeds, the seeds, whilst they have benefits for you when you are not detoxing, they're obstructive when it comes to a cleanse, because you're eating watermelon only. Imagine, it takes you 15 to 20 minutes to digest, and then you're putting chia seeds in there, okay? That's going to delay the digestion for hours, because seeds are very hard to break down. So you're slowing everything down. So I would avoid the seeds. The lemon and the honey, you can get away with it, provided the honey is raw. Okay, and not pasteurized at least. And the lemon is okay. But this is a watermelon only cleanse, so I prefer it, since we have only 1 day left, just try and be strict with it. Okay. What do you use to cleanse the uterus? So Barry says, the uterus, you have to understand every body part, doesn't matter what it is. If you want to cleanse it, you want to understand the philosophy behind it, that every single cell produces waste. And this waste is acidic. and it burns. And the reason why you don't feel it often and why it doesn't happen instantly is because the lymphatic system is a lipid-based, fatty-based system that can take these acids, which are burning, and take them to the lymph nodes and to the kidneys. If those pathways are blocked, it will store it somewhere. But it reaches a point where it cannot do that anymore, and those acids will start to burn organ tissue and glands, and in your case, the uterus. So you have acids affecting the uterus. Now, if you wanted to get to remove the acids, you have to get the kidneys to filter because and the lymph system to move. That's done with the fruit diet and the lymphatic herbs. And the kidneys, we fix it with the kidney herbs, okay? Nettle seed, over earth seed, buchu. And this way, the waste from the uterus can be removed through the lymphatic system, through to the kidneys where it's eliminated. Then the inflammation or acidosis will go away. That's how you target it. But if you have a uterus issue, you should be on the female reproductive formula because that area tends to, if you have a hormonal imbalance, it tends to be affected more. So I would always be on the female reproductive formula. I'll be on the kidney, nettle seed, kidney tea, kidney tincture, lymphatic herbs. Okay, to help move all that waste out of there. And at the same time, you can use lymphatic tea and make a tea and douche with it. Okay, you douche, you put it, insert it deep in there and push some lymphatic tea water. Of course, you sift the water, you sift the pieces in the water and do it like once a day or once every other day, just to cleanse the area for you. Okay, fantastic for you. Oh, Linda says, this is my 5th day. Watermelon, what foods are best to eat after the cleanse? So when you're done the cleanse, you can have, oh yeah, sure, you can have avocados, okay, because it's not that heavy. I wouldn't go on cooked starches or proteins, okay? You want to go on green drinks, raw salads for a day, and then avocados are fine. Then move on to some steamed veggies or some kind of less obstructive foods. Don't jump straight into a big rice or pasta dish or something like that, or pizza or something, because you're going from a clean system and you're going into a system that's really foods that are really obstructive. It can cause a detox symptom. Okay, body's going to be like shocked. You have me clean. All of a sudden you put rubbish in there. The body is like surprised. Okay, so you want to go a nice gradual transition back. So I'll put, like I said, green drinks, salads, and steamed veggies for a day or two. So I covered that. So Christy, I just covered that as well. Okay, what can we use for heartburn? Use baking soda and water just for relief. You can also use marshmallow tea. We have that on our website if you don't have it. Okay, you make an infusion of marshmallow tea. Put a tablespoon or tablespoon. Put into either 16 to 32 ounces of water, depending on the spoon size, and infuse it overnight. Cold water or lukewarm water, but not hot. And that liquid will come like a gel-like substance and liquid, and you drink it, and it coats your system, and it helps the heartburn. But if immediate effect, use baking soda and water, maybe a half teaspoon of baking soda in water, and you can drink it. It should help you, okay? Apples are also great for heartburn, even though you're on a cleanse. If you want to deal with an apple juice, it's fantastic for that as well, okay? But baking soda and water, a little bit of it will help you. I have all these little red dots on my torso. What are they, and will this cleanse make them disappear? I have to see it to really understand, but any kind of skin condition is a lymphatic issue, is a kidney issue. And these are eruptions of waste, okay? The body will deposit the waste under the skin when it cannot remove it through the lymphatic system to the kidney. So it reaches a point where it will be popping up like acne, like cysts, etc., or skin issues like psoriasis, etc. These are waste, skin waste, or metabolic waste stored under the skin erupting because there's too much of it, and the body's trying to get rid of it, so it's pushing through to the skin. So any kind of red dots, acne, etc., is expression of waste. You want to get rid of it, you have to work on the lymphatic system with the fruits, 100% fruit diet, and use herbs for the kidneys, adrenals, lymph system, stomach, and bowels. The Fabulous 5 at the very least, okay? The kidney tea. And then maybe use an extra kidney tincture, like kidney flush tincture, to help you strengthen that and get it. But it will take a bit of time because skin issues are very tough, not because they're hard to break through, but because the amount of waste stored underneath has accumulated. And when you are detoxing, you have to dislodge this waste, and this waste will be expressed. So you could have flare-ups, okay? So you could have a worsening of symptoms. It would be like a cycle, up and down, until you open up all the pathway and everything goes away. The waste leaves the body, okay? Yeah, so, but I mean, it's probably, Melinda, it'll probably take a bit of time. Usually skin issues take a bit of time. Some people, weeks is gone. Some people, I've seen some people, days is gone, but it's very rare. Even if it's a tough condition like psoriasis or any kind of eczema, etc., that's tough and can take months. I'm not sure about that. So can you help with scardosis? It's the same principles, however you look at it, always same principles, because you have to understand why there'll be a compromise in the function of anything, or why there'll be any kind of, let's put it this way, acidity builds congestion. So if your body is acidic and you get a health issue, it's going to get worse unless you get rid of the acidity, because it thrives under that. If you want to get rid of anything, you have to open up the channels for elimination. These are the lungs. These are the bowels, the skin, okay, and the kidneys. These 4 channels have to be opened up. You have to clean the whole body, of course. 100% fruit diet, but this can take a bit of time. So, but the process has to be an alkaline diet, high raw vegan diet. It should be preferably mostly 100% fruit diet with the herbs specific to it. You can reach out to me and I'll help you address it easier. Okay. Oh, Felicia says she lost 10 pounds in 4 days. That's amazing. You know, that's a lot of water comes out of you, a lot of waste comes out of you. That's fantastic. Keep it up. 1 more day to go. Of course, you can extend it as you will. Do you use alcohol in your tinctures? Yes, Linda. For alcohol and tinctures is a must. There's no other way of extracting plant essence known to man naturally, okay, than with alcohol. It's been used for thousands of years. It's medicinal in its way it acts. It's the fastest way of delivering phytochemicals to your cells. If you take a tea, it goes through the digestive process and it's slower process, and you get about 10 to 15% of the benefits. When you take a tincture of alcohol, you have 90% of alcohol of plant essence extracted. That's a bit like taking a whole bunch of vegetables and eating it. You cannot possibly eat that much vegetables or herbs. But the alcohol makes it very, very efficient for you. It extracts everything out for you, and it goes into your blood and it goes right into your cells quickly. Okay, very, very short transit time. So, in my opinion, I would always go over alcohol tinctures over any other kind of medium. There's no comparison. Vinegar is like 6%, and tea is 10-15%. You cannot compare the effectiveness of a tincture compared to any other herb in its medium of delivery. So you need that alcohol to extract it. It's crucial. I wouldn't touch anything else but that. Okay. What's it good for an inflamed thymus? So you see the word inflamed thymus. It's inflamed. How do you get rid of inflammation? Inflammation is acidosis. Acids are affecting the gland. You have to move the acids. You have to open up the pathways of elimination. Again, the 4 pathways, but specifically, you got to go 100% fruit diet to move the lymph system, because glands are affected when acids and mucus affect the gland. And they only affect the gland when they cannot be removed. Excess mucus accumulated with acids will burn tissue, organ, and glands. You want to fix the thymus, you got to open the channels. I'll be on a 20-day dark grape only diet, and I'll use the herbs of Fabulous 5 kidney tea, and extra lymphatic herbs, and maybe 2 different kidney tea, extra kidney tea, and extra kidney tincture. Because you need to open up the kidneys, you need kidney filtration, you need to move the lymph system so the acids can drain. Also, because the thymus is right here, it's probably close or connected to the GI tract, you want to make sure that your bowels are not congested. You need to make sure you have good bowel movements. Use enemas, use the bowel strength tincture. And I would clean my sinuses as well, just to help the whole process, okay? Because there are lymph nodes everywhere that can help you get rid of all this excess waste, and you want them all operating efficiently. You need to be on 100% fruit diet with the herbs I mentioned. What oil do you have for hair growth? We have quite a few. We have essential oils, and they are called long hair. Original grow long hair oils, and they are all essential oils, very powerful. Our difference between our oils and other oils is that we use really high concentrations of essential oils, not 1 drop or 2 drops. We use quite a bit, so it's very, very potent, and the bottles are big as well. And then we have hair oils with herbs in there, which are different. Ideally, use both. So the one with the hair oil in there is called grow hair oil. Sorry, the one with the herbs in there is called grow hair oil. And they have herbs like, Acacia radix and hibiscus. And these are activate blood flow and the skin in a different way as opposed to essential oils. So they both work differently, but they both work well to stimulate blood flow to the head region, and as well as help the cells. I mean, especially when you use herbs like Acacia radix and hibiscus and Eclipta alba, very powerful herbs to use, okay? So, yeah, we have quite a few. If you go under hair on the website, you see quite a few of them in there. And they're custom made per order, so they're very potent. Is it good to do an enema in the mornings during the fast? Yes, you can do an enema, absolutely. And you should. It helps you. Especially for the fasting period or the cleansing period of 5 days. You should do enemas if you can. Okay? It's gonna help you. Okay. Chantal says, Harry says, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for the kind words, for the acknowledgement. Oh, toenail fungus. Okay, toenail fungus is a very tricky thing. It's actually very easy to deal with. I had an experience with it myself personally, so I speak from experience in this regard. I had it for close to 19 to 20 years, and I did all the treatments, and the Lamisil, the doctor treatments. I went to the doctor several times. They monitored my liver, blah, 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 and kept on pushing me around back and forth. But I only got rid of it when I went on a 100% fruit diet, raw vegan diet, and used the antimicrobial tincture and used the Parasite W tincture. And I did it for 4 months. I wasn't expecting results. What I meant by that was that it took me by surprise, because when you have something for 20 years or 19, 20 years, and then you do something, you've tried everything, nothing works, and all of a sudden you do something, you're not really expecting results, and then one day you look at your toes and you have nice nails, okay? And it took 3 to 4 months, because I was not actually watching over it. It was at least 3 to 4 months. I like to think 4 months of using those herbs, lots of it, and using the high fruit diet, raw vegan diet. Okay, of course, occasionally I would have some cooked alkaline vegan, but the diet was primarily raw vegan. And you want to use antimicrobial tincture. You want to use the Parasite C tincture and the Parasite W tincture for worms. But you need fabulous 5 kidney tea, and the diet has to change, obviously. Okay, because the toe fungus is a kidney issue. It's a kidney lymphatic issue, because the lymphatic system creates the medium or the terrain for which these fungus will multiply. Also, you have to address your adrenals. If your adrenals are weak, you can't make use of sugar properly, and then you have the fungus overgrowth. What's good to do for someone just finishing chemotherapy for breast cancer? I would go a 100% fruit diet, and I would maybe like a lemon only cleanse, very powerful. And I'll use Fabulous 5 kidney tea, lymphatic 1 tincture, nettle seed tea, and even kidney flush tincture. I would just hit the kidneys hard, lots of herbs of the kidneys, okay? And it give it a little time, because this is deep. When you have chemo, it's really acidic, and the body will bury the acids when it can't get rid of it. So it's going to take a bit of time to get rid of it. So a raw vegan diet with all the herbs possible you can use is what I would use. You need to open up. The reason why you got this in the first place, because your lymphatic system is compromised and your kidneys are compromised. So you should be focused on kidney filtration and focusing on the lymphatic system. Grape olive diet is fantastic for this. How do you clean your sinuses? 3 ways. Use a neti pot with essential oils like peppermint oil or eucalyptus oil, okay, for the nose, nasal path, ear candling for the ears, eye washes. On our website, we have something called eyesight tincture. Put a few drops, wash your eyes twice a day, and then do some massages at the back of the head, massages. Okay, let the mucus come out. But very importantly, you got to clean the gut. To clean the sinuses, you got to clean the gut, because the head sits on the GI tract. It's got to be free flow of energy out, waste. Okay. My bowel movements are very slow. Once a day, I saw your videos regarding constipation. How long will it take for bowel movements to return to normal or increase? Once you've done the cleanse and you start eating more fiber, your bowel should move. If you have a bowel issue to begin with, before you enter this cleanse, you probably need to work on your adrenals and your parathyroid and use bowel strength tincture, because bowel movements has everything to do with adrenals. Your adrenals control peristalsis. So if you have weak bowel movements, it's due to your adrenals, but also the foods you're eating are congestive. So I'll keep a high food raw vegan diet and herbs, Fabulous 5 kidney tea, bowel strength tincture, adrenal restorative tincture at the very least. But use enemas to help you in this when you're doing the cleanse. The cleanse, sometimes you will have no bowel movements because you're eating virtually no fiber. Watermelon doesn't have a whole bunch of fiber, but the whole point of the cleanse is to get things clean out. And the body sometimes occasionally will shut off the areas where it needs to construct, which could be the bowels. So there we go. So I've had at least 2-3 movements on a regular day, no fasting or detoxing, no breakouts. I plan to extend. Oh yeah, so use enemas to help you. Otherwise, get the bowel strength tincture to help you. Can diabetes do the watermelon cleanse when taking insulin? I wouldn't do that. Not because you can't, but because you don't know what you're doing. So I would avoid that. Advice on hair growth. But I mean, back to the topic though, the only way to actually get your glands healthy, your adrenals, your pancreas, is to remove the mucus and acids covering it or affecting it. And the only way you can effectively remove it is with the fruits. Okay, I would use low-glycemic fruits and the herbs. But like I said, you need to be monitored. You need to know what you're doing. Advice on hair growth treatment. Hair growth, I just covered it. You clean the sinuses. Okay, exactly how I mentioned, you clean the gut, very important, because you want the head to be clean. The acids here will affect the hair follicles Okay. Also, acids will affect the glands, will control hormones, which will control hair loss. So you need to detox the whole body. Fabulous 5 kidney tea, but for the head region specifically, you need neurological tincture, and you need circulation tincture 1, and you need to use bowel strength tincture to clean the bowels. And at the same time, use a hair oil called Grow Hair Oil, which we have on our website, or any kind of essential oil with that for hair growth. And this will push blood flow externally. So as you're working on the inside, you're working on the outside as well, and you can get better hair growth faster. Okay, but be warned that if you're losing hair, the body will get rid of weak hair when it's trying to repair itself. It does not keep weak tissue; it gets rid of it and then builds new ones, new tissue. Yes. Trenis says, is the lymphatic tincture on our website? Yes, we have one called Lymphatic 1 tincture. We also have something called Lymphatic Cleanser. It's stronger. What do you recommend for 23% function of kidneys? Denise, reach out to me, but it's the same principles. I've seen a lot of people come out of this. Okay, a lot of people come out of this. So I mean, if you do the work and you focus, okay, it can take you a couple months, 3 months. You can pull yourself out. Okay, that's what I'll tell you straight out. Kidneys are not actually hard to fix, but the diet has to be on point. You know, I would be on a 20 to 30 day dark wheat melon diet, and I would use kidney tea, if it's what I mean, kidney tea, kidney flush tincture, urinary kidney tincture. I would use nettle seed. I would also use lymphatic tincture. I would use bowel strength tincture. I would use Fabulous 5 endocrine tincture, and I would go a 3 day dark grape only diet and hit it hard. Okay, we gotta hit it hard, and maybe add some dry fasting here and there. It's not hard to get back. It's not hard to get back. If you want to reach out to me, I can give you some direction. You have to do the work though. And if it were me, I was in your shoes right now with that kind of low function. I'll be like on a dark grape only diet with all the herbs needed quickly. Okay, so no bowel issues, fantastic. Okay, Linda says no bowel. So what good for someone who had a bone marrow transplant? Address the cause. A transplant, okay, you've solved the problem immediately you have treated it, but you haven't solved the reason why this didn't happen in the first place. It's always lymphatics. You gotta fix your lymphatic system, you gotta fix your kidneys. It's the same principles, always. So herbs for the kidneys, adrenals, lymph system, stomach, and bowels. The Fabulous 5 kidney tea. Use lymphatic herbs, extra, tincture. Use 2 different kidney teas, 2 different kidney tinctures. Because this is kidneys, even though it's bone marrow, it's a kidney issue and it's a lymphatic issue. You have to fix those. You need kidney filtration. And it takes time. It takes time. Remember, we're not treating stuff here. We are trying to get the body healthy so it can heal itself. Okay. How to fix lung scar tissue? I would be 100% fruit diet, and obviously, and use herbs for the Fabulous 5 kidney tea and nettle seed, extra kidney herbs, and I would use herbs for the respiratory tract. So we have it on our website called Respiratory 1 tincture. And it took a bit of time because it's scar. So when something scars, it means that they cannot, the body can't filter out waste properly, acids, and acids will scar you. Okay, so now you have to go and repair the whole body, get the channels of elimination open, and at the same time, it take a little bit of time to remove the scarring and fix it, and that can take time. Someone says, what about the Fabulous 5? How do we take it? Take a half teaspoon, put it in water like I just did. See, this is the herbs in here. So a half teaspoon into water or juice and drink it, or tea and drink it. That's it. That's simple. 2 or 3 times a day. Okay. You can actually go for a teaspoon. I only say half a teaspoon because I want your herbs to last you longer. I'm being considerate that way. But I take a teaspoon. Okay. I take 11 tinctures on a detox. What would be best for diabetics then? Do you do a different program for? I don't. It's the same principles. If you reach out to me, I'll send you the protocol you can educate yourself with. But before you start it, there's so many factors involved. Like how long have you been on the meds? Like what's your diet currently? So many questions to answer before you actually do that. But it's the same diet. I'll use low glycemic fruits. The problem with addressing sugar levels with fruits is that you have a sugar load, and then your sugar is going to drop really fast, and then you're taking the same kind of meds. So you have to watch your sugar and your meds, because you're going to drop, and when it drops and you're not paying attention, it can be a problem. See, that's why I don't like to push the blood sugar issues with the fruit cleanse. How do you heal fibroids? Fibroids, same thing. I covered it very similar to the one question I was asked about uterus. Same issues. You wanna get rid of the acids in the area. So use a lymphatic tea to douche. You need kidney tea, nettle seed tea, Fabulous 5. You gotta take extra kidney teas, extra herbs for the adrenals, lymphatic system, because the reason why you have fibroids is because the body is encapsulating the fluids because it has no way of removing those acids, so it traps them to protect you. So fibroids are actually protecting you. And your job, if you your job is to open a pathway of elimination so the body can drain those acids out through to the kidneys. So this is a kidney issue and lymphatic issue. You got to address the whole body, but focus on the kidneys, adrenals. At the same time, use the female reproductive formula to help balance the hormones, female hormones. Okay. Morbid obesity is easy to deal with. Okay, of course, it's going to be tough for you mentally, but I would go on 100% food diet. The watermelon only cleanse is fantastic for that. You will lose a whole bunch of weight, but you got to address your adrenals and your thyroid if you're obese. Those are the two glands that are weakest for obese people. So always address extra herbs for the adrenals, extra herbs for the thyroid, and it's kidneys, always kidneys and lymphatic system. So Fabulous 5 kidney tea at the very least is what I'll use here for the Fabulous 5 and the kidney tea. And then use thyroid lift tincture, and then use adrenal restorative tincture. That's it, and stay on the path. You do well. Okay, so I think I covered all the questions. So guys, thank you so much. If you feel free, tomorrow's day 5. I promise I came today, so I show myself and I answer your questions. If you have any more questions, feel free and ask below. I'll do my best and answer them for you. But keep it up. And well, I'm so proud of you. You're doing so well. And it's fantastic. Remember, share your results, even if it's one line of how you feel on the group, because you're encouraging other people. And I will resubmit. In other words, I will revitalize this group and do another challenge. And after a short while, okay, so we can encourage other people. Because people are coming, more people are coming in. The group is already 1,200 people, which is fantastic. Okay, this was only formed about 2 weeks ago, 2 to 3 weeks ago. It was actually pushed only about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. So it's fantastic. People want this, and we'll make it happen. Okay. So have a blessed evening, and I will come back tomorrow to see how you guys are doing. So if you have any questions, it will be at 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. I'll be back on. I'd love to see you there. So until then, have a wonderful evening and continue with your cleanse. And I'm very, very proud of you, and bless you.